So got an update on the truck today. The head gasket stuff seems to be doing okay. I still smell a little coolant in the morning or when it's just sitting idling. Also kind of smell coolant around the radiator when I stop or when it's just sitting. The more pressing matter is the mist that it has. It's cylinder number 1 is constantly throwing a check engine light, P301 I think is the code. But here lately it's been throwing a code for miss within the first 1,000 revolutions when at startup. So it doesn't like that for some reason. So I've checked everything that I can think of. I've checked the spark plug. It looks good. I don't remember if I put a new spark plug. I think it's still like Motorcraft Platinum plug. I did replace the coil pack. That seemed to help for a little while, but. And then let's see, a couple weeks ago I got some B12 Chemtool. I like that stuff for cleaning. It's pretty good in my opinion. It seems a little harsher or a little more effective than something like Seafoam. So anyway, I put 2 cans of that in the 1 tank of gas and ran it for a while. And boy, it started missing like crazy with that in there. So I run that tank all the way through, and I thought, well, maybe I put too much Chemtool in there. So I ran it down to empty where the fuel light came on, put a fresh tank of gas in there, and it was still missing. I mean, it seemed to clear up a little bit, but still missing. So I thought, man, what is going on? So the intake is fairly new. I mean, these have an issue with the upper intake manifold cracking and allowing coolant to get down in the cylinder, I guess, or flood the spark plug hole. But anyway, that's pretty new. I didn't put it on. Previous owner put it on. So I thought, man, the only thing that's left here is the fuel injector. So I started checking the fuel injectors. I pulled the number 1 cylinder injector off and cleaned it up. It looks fine. And I thought, well, I'll just switch injector 1 with injector 2, like cylinder 1 with cylinder 2's injector, and see how that goes. Okay, so this was injector number 1. You can see that it's a Ford part right there. Looks fairly new to me. So there's that one. That was number 1. I thought, well, I'll pull out number 2 and swap it with number 1 and see if the misfire moves to cylinder number 2. So I thought, yeah, I'll pull out number 2. So there's number 2. And then I thought, well, fuel rail's out. Might as well get number 3 and 4. Then I reached for number 4. That sucker was in there. Now, what in the heck? Number 4 is definitely not number like the rest of them. So I got to checking, and my truck's a 2003. So in 2003, they switched injector types. Now, based on the year, the build date. Now, mine's, like I said, an 03, was built in May of 03, and in January of 03 they switched from this type to this type. So I've been trying to dig around and find flow rates for these, and I can't do that. I've not had any luck. But this was in cylinder number 4, which is the one up against the firewall. Now that is also the entry point for the fuel rail, the line into the fuel rail. So if this guy was sucking down more fuel than these are, I could see number 1 being starved for fuel, and that might be the cause of my misfire. Kind of makes you think. So I have ordered a new injector to replace this dude, and we'll see how it goes.
Ready?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, turn it off. A bunch of stuff blew out of there.
Oh.